welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura. I have an allergy. Sorry, my right eye is swollen again. I have allergies. So anyway, I'm taking medicine. My husband thinks that I'm allergic to my mother coming because every time my mother comes, I get this allergy and it looks like my husband hit me. But no, it's allergies. He did not touch me. So anyway, I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought about what type of video I could record, and here I am doing my DNF video. These are books that I started in 2017 but did not finish. I have a lot of them. These were all on the side of my bed. I started them and I want to finish reading them. I'm going to share with you what they are. I put them in this crate. So here you go. I have a crate full of books. Books that I started. I read a few pages. All of them have bookmarks, and I'm going to share with you what's in here. So here we go. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I have some kind of attention thing where I can't read one book at a time, and I jump from book to book. I am a mood reader. Yeah, so I think that I have ADD. I was never diagnosed with it, but I cannot watch TV without doing something. I cannot cook without having something on my head or reading a book or something. I am very multitasked. So here we go. Here's my books that I started in 2017 that never finished. Okay, so I did stick two in here that I'm supposed to be reading this week. So let me share those first because, yeah. Okay, so The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I'm hoping to read this after I read my Christmas Hope series. So I want to pick this up again. I did get up to page 89, so I will definitely be continuing reading this probably throughout 2018 in January, so if I don't finish it in December. Yeah, so this was my Christmas read and I'm really enjoying it. I do not want to DNF it. It's a good twist on the Scrooge, so yeah, so that's that one. The second book is, this is the one I have to finish this one. So I have Breaking Dawn here sitting on my desk. I want to finish Vampire Academy first and then jump into this one and finish this one. And this one, the reason why it's taking me so long, it's just a fat book and I don't like fat books, but I'm on 520, so I have this much more to go. I need to just sit down and try to finish it. So yeah, so that's this one. Okay, moving on to other books that I had put on the side of my bed, and these are good books. It's just that at the time when I was reading it, I just lost interest and moved on to something else. So yeah, I always give a book 2 tries before I totally DNF it, because I know that sometimes my mood is not in that mood swing. Like I might be in a horror mood, I might be in a historical fiction mood. So if I pick up a book that's not in the mood, I tend to switch to something else. So here we go. The first book is a non-fiction book, and I have Helter Skelter. I picked this up because I saw Peter Loves Books talking about it, and so I wound up buying a copy, and I did start reading it, so there is a bookmark there. Yes, I didn't get very far. I read up to page 37, so I got it to page 37. The font is very, very tiny, and it is very descriptive. I'd like to read more, and yeah. So I'm not DNF it totally. I like to read more. This takes place in 1969. It's like the year before I was born. So yeah, I like to learn more, and I heard that this is an amazing book, and it's a true story. I like to learn more about it. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, so that will probably be read in 2018 sometime. Okay, so the next book is great because this book, I tried it on audio. I tried reading it again. So this will be my third attempt reading this. But the good news is the Books Amino Book Club picked it. So for January, so I will be picking it up again in January. And I will be attempting it again. And if I still can't get through it in January, it's going to be DNF totally. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't. I sometimes when books are overhyped, I just can't get into them. I don't know why. So the book that I'm talking about is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. The audio book, I listened to about half of the audiobook, and I couldn't stay focused on the audiobook. So I said, no, this needs to have the book. So I wound up buying the book. And then I started over again, and I didn't get very far. I got up to page 45, and then I put the book down. So, yeah. So I'm going to restart this in January. So I'm going to put this on my January pile. I am reading this with the book club. And let's see if I can get through it. I'm hoping that the other people can help me get through this book. This is a very popular YA book. I don't know why I'm not liking it so much. So we'll see if I like it for the third time. So if I don't get through it, it's definitely going to be DNF. So let's cross my fingers. In January, I get this read. So that's going in my January pile. Okay. Okay, moving on to some other books. Okay. The first book is this book actually all these books I want to finish. So yeah, I just don't know when. This book helped me in May. I read this and it helped me. I had some difficult time, and the situation just resolved itself. So I didn't pick up the book. The book that I'm talking about is a nonfiction book. It's called The Uninvited. This was amazing, and it helped me through. This is also a book that I went into blindly, and it has lots and lots of quotes in it. So I sat with a highlighter, and I highlighted in this book. I never really write in my books, so this one has lots of yellow highlights. I don't know if you could see. Let's see. It has lots of passages that really helped me, and I sat with a highlighter and also a pen, and I underlined things and highlighted things. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's about living loved when you feel less than, left out, and lonely. So it's great for introverts, which I am. And I was having a difficult time at work. And I read quite a bit. I read up to page 172. So I am not DNF in this. I will probably continue reading along, and this is nonfiction, and really great book with great insights if you need help with anything. Yeah, so that's that one. Okay. Moving on to my banned books. I never finished my banned book. Yeah, I read a lot of it, but the banned book that I was reading was Looking for Alaska by John Green. It reminds me so much of his other book. What the hell's the name of it? Paper Towns. And Paper Towns, I only liked half the book, so it reminds me so much of that. I did read 81 pages, so I read quite a bit of it. So yeah, I don't want to DNF it. I want to finish it. So yeah, so that's that one. So okay, one of my favorite authors. It's a horror book. I read this in October, but I never finished it. It is part of my series, so I will be continuing it. I think this is book 3 or book 4. And it is The Lost Girl by R.L. Stine. I'm really enjoying his Fear Street novels. I never read them as a kid, so yeah. They're kind of horror-ish, but teen horror-ish. It's not that horror. And this one is about a lost girl, and she wanders off or whatever. I don't know. But I did read... I have a bookmark. I'm trying to get to it. I read up to 115 pages, so I've read half the book already. So I will be continuing this, and I also own the next book after this one. So this will be part of my series in 2018 to read. So yeah, so that will be like one of the first ones that I pick up and try to finish. So that's that one. Okay. On to a huge book. I pre-ordered this one, and he's a very popular author, but this book is huge, and I have a hard time picking up huge books. Maybe after I finish Breaking Dawn, because that's a huge one, I will pick up this one and start this one, so I read more of it. The book that I was reading was Sleeping Beauties, and I started reading it as soon as I got it in the mail because I pre-ordered it. It's a huge chunker of book compared to Breaking Dawn. It's about the same size, and so this will be something I will be continuing reading. I didn't read very much, but I did read. What I read I really enjoyed, and I read 35 pages of it already. So I'm on chapter 4. So, and the chapters look like they're very short. So I will get back into this one as soon as I finish Breaking Dawn. So I think this will be my chunk of the book. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on. Let's see. Well, let's do this one first. Okay. This one's a classic, and I think that this one is on my 50-50, but I'm not sure. But this is a classic book. I've never read it before, and somehow I had it on the side of my bed. I wanted to read it. It's Anne and Green Gables. Yeah, I've never read it before. I have a really cute edition, and I have a bookmark. I didn't read very much, so I would have to start from the beginning again. Actually, I didn't even read anything. I just have a bookmark, and I guess I wanted to start it. It's on page 1. So I had a bookmark on there. I guess I wanted to start this. So yeah, maybe in 2018 I will read this one. So yeah, I only pulled the ones that I had bookmarks off my side of my bed, and I stuck them in this crate. So yeah, so this will be something I will start in 2018. So yeah, sorry about that one. Okay, so on to my nonfiction book that I never finished. This one I really enjoyed what I read, and I do want to finish it. And it's The Midwife by Jennifer Worth. I really enjoyed this one. This one takes place before I was born as well, and I learned a lot about that, where they didn't have hospitals and stuff like that. It does take place in London, which is, I live in the United States, but I really enjoyed what I read, and it is nonfiction. And what did I get up to? I got to page 121, and I like to continue this and finish this one. So yeah, so that's that one. Okay, moving on. Here is a series. I started book 2. I really liked book 2. Book 1 was, I think I gave it 3 stars, book 1. So book 2, I started, and I will be continuing this. I have a bookmark. I am going to continue this with my series. This is Crown of Midnight. I started it in 2017 and never finished it, but I do have a bookmark, and I got to I got to chapter 6, which is page 45. So yeah, I liked what I read so far, and I will be continuing this in 2017. This will be part of my series start. So I have actually 2 of them that I already started, and I will continue reading in 2018. So yeah, so that's this one. Actually, I like it better than book 1. So yeah. Here's a book that I started and I really loved, and I think the reason why I put it aside is because it's a fat book, another fat book. And I read quite a bit of it, and I really enjoyed what I read. So I will be continuing this one. This is a love story. And I got Dorothy Koomson. I got the Rose Petal Beach. The first came love, then came murder. I loved what I read, so I am not DNFing this on at all. My bookmark is there, and I will continue reading this one. I don't know if I will start over again or I will continue where I left off. So yeah, I read, let's see how far I got. I read 159 pages, so I really liked what I read, and yeah, this was a really good story, and I want to continue, but I think the reason I put it down is because it's fat. Yeah. So yeah, I will continue reading this one. Great story, what I read so far, yeah. So, yeah. Okay, I have 3 more books to go. This one is one of my favorite authors, and I started reading it, but then I put it down because I just went into something else. And this is a series. This is book 1 of a series, so I will probably start this one over again. It is Shade Me by Jennifer Brown, and I really liked Jennifer Brown hate list. I really liked it, so I wanted to read everything that she wrote. So this I picked up, and this one has superpowers in it, and what color is murder is the thing. I really liked what I read so far, and I don't have, I have a bookmark in here. I read only chapter 1. So I read up to 25. So I will probably restart this and continue on. And this will probably be the first series that I start in 2018. So yeah. So really enjoyed this. And I think I own all, I think there's 3 books out now or 2 books, and I own both of them. So I think I own 2 of them. So I will continue reading this one in 2018. Okay. 2 more books. Let's do this one first. Okay. This is part of my series. This is book 4 of the series. If you've been watching my channel, you know that I loved book 1 and book 2, and then book 3 I was very disappointed. I have a hard time with series, and every time I start a series, I love the first book, and then after that, the book goes down and down and down. I lose interest. I get bored. The story doesn't go where I hope it would go, and yeah. So anyway, so this book was released this year. I pre-ordered it, and I started reading it, and the book that I'm talking about is this one, The Becoming of Noah Shaw. Now, this book actually has my last name on it. My kids want to read this, but I said they had to read the other 3 books. So Naomi is on book 2 right now, and she said it's good, but she's not liking it as much as I liked it. I liked book 1 and book 2. I thought that they were mental illness, and I really liked how the book was like crazy. She was just crazy in book 1 and book 2. And then book 3, they added superpowers to it. And I just didn't like where it went. I didn't like the superpowers. I just wanted her to be crazy, I guess. And so, anyway, so this one continues with Noah Shaw's story. And I pre-ordered this one. I got pretty far, and I wanted to finish this one for 2017. I just ran out of time, and I didn't finish it. But the story doesn't go anywhere. It's very slow and very boring. I'm on 228. So I'm hoping that it picks up. But yeah. So I don't want to DNF it because this is book 4. And I pre-ordered this one. So I will continue reading this one. But again, it's disappointing. Yeah. But I will continue reading it. So yeah, since I own all the books too. Anyway, so that's that one. And the last book that I DNF'd, didn't finish, not DNF totally, but didn't finish, is a book that is on my 50-50 list. I decided to pick it up to start reading it It's on my 50/50 list. So I started reading it in December. So yeah, there's no way I'm going to finish it by the end of the year. So the book that I picked up is this one, the Octavia E. Butler book, Lilith's Brood. And this has 3 books in one. It's a bind up of a series. It's on my my 50/50 list. It is a science fiction book. I really enjoyed what I read so far, so I will be continuing this probably in January, reading on. And I read 35 pages so far. I really enjoyed what I read. She is an amazing author. I read her book Kindred in the beginning of the year, and I said to myself, I have to read more of her books. So this is the book that I chose for my 50/50 list, and actually it's a series of 3 books. So yeah, I will be continuing this in January, without January, February probably, because it is a big book, and it's on my 50/50 list, so it's going to be read. So yeah. So that's this one. So those are all the books that I started in 2017 and didn't finish. It doesn't mean that they're awful books. It's just that I ran out of time. So many books, so little time. Yes, I have a lot of books, and these are ones that I want to continue reading. So they will be my top priorities in 2018. I think I'm going to leave them in the crate that I had here and pick up maybe one book a month and try to finish it. There's like 12 books here, so I can pick 1 book a month. Definitely in January, I'm going to be reading this one because it's in a book club, and I will be starting this one because it's my 50/50 list. So yeah. My goal is to read 2 50/50 books a month. So this will be my second one, because Wrinkle in Time will be my first one. So this will be my second one. So yeah, so that's that. So many books, so little time, as I said. Happy New Year, and I will see you in another video. Bye.